Hello and welcome to this World of Warships replay. So today I have a game in my Baltimore. Baltimore I recently unlocked because I free XP'd my way through the New Orleans because I really didn't like it, and to tell you something, I really like the ship. I'm playing with Cody102 today. It's a friend from my Discord server, well, from my clan's Discord server. Play with him quite often. He's a relatively good player. So today hotspot standard battle, matchmaking is quite decent, quite enough cruisers, so that's really good for the Baltimore, because the Baltimore can do incredibly well against cruisers. So yeah, the reasons why I like the Baltimore more than the New Orleans, like, they do look like very similar ships. If you would look at them just at the looks of the ship, but they actually play a little bit different. You can play the Baltimore a little bit more aggressive than the New Orleans in my opinion, all because it has a heal. This heal is incredibly good, like if you get Citadel you can repair 50% of your HP from a Citadel with a cruiser, so that's incredibly valuable. The Baltimore also has more belt armor than the New Orleans does. It's a bit bigger and it is not as stealthy as the New Orleans is, but you make up with the amount of firepower. The New Orleans reload is like 12 seconds if I recall correctly, while the upgraded Baltimore can go to 8.8 if you use the reload mod, which is really nice. So we're going to this cap. Me and Cody decided to defend the cap initially, just so the enemy doesn't rush it. Sometimes they do in standard battles because people don't really know how to play this game mode. Standard battle is like probably the easiest game mode, but it's tactics wise it's not the easiest one, because for newer players and because of the amount of times you get this game mode, which is not a lot, people don't really know how to play it anymore. Like in domination is quite easy, you just go to the caps and cap them. People know that game mode from Call of Duty, like one of the most well-known games. But standard battle, like the concept of having someone cap the base and then the game being over, is not really something that a lot of games have, except if you play World of Tanks obviously. Anyway, so you can see the raw AP power of the Baltimore. Even at long range I'm having little issues citadeling German cruisers, which are generally a little bit more tanky. I basically forced Cody here to make the decision of following organized now and going aggressive, because if you look at the minimap, the only thing that's here is a Prince Eugen, a Rowan and a Miyoko. 3 cruisers my Baltimore can easily take. There's not really any battleships that can support these guys. So me and Cody have decided to rush this flank. Looking to my frame rates. Since the last time I recorded, I now have 2 screens, so I can both look at OBS as my game at the same time. And what I just noticed is that my frame rate on OBS is lowish. It's probably because I'm recording a bit too high of quality for my PC. My PC is getting quite old, so perhaps should think of switching back to 720p instead of 1080. 720 is still very respectable, especially if the frame rate is better than the constant 50 apparently. I'm aiming a little bit too high to really hit the citadel of that one at the moment. But obviously if he's going to turn out, you're going to get punished quite badly. Miyoko has less armor than the Rhone does, so he should be easily citadelable from the angle I'm at. And we're still just continuing straight on because we really have nothing to oppose us on this side. The Gneiss now is tanking most of the fire and... well, yeah, we are basically all on full HP. I probably took more damage from colliding with Cody earlier on than fire from the enemy team. Again, Hipper giving broadside to a Baltimore, obviously not the best of decisions. I adjust my aim because I was aiming a little bit behind. And you can really see the DPS this thing can pump out, it's ridiculous. And the Damoin is going to be even better, so I'm really looking forward to that. Even battleships should not go and give broadside to this monster. Though an Amagi has a respectable amount of side armor, it still isn't the best of ideas to sit broadside onto something with this rate of fire. The key is turning away, so I decided to focus my attention on the Prince Eugen again, because he's showing me his broadside. And with just enough fleet, you can really just demolish enemy cruisers. Enemy key is going to ground, also not detected because I am running the stealth build on the United States cruisers like you should. And even when angled you can do quite a lot of damage to even armor targets. Obviously less, but still quite a lot. I asked Cody to finish off the Eugen and he does, so I can focus my attention on this key. Obviously what that carrier was thinking for a few seconds was not that good of an idea, because the Baltimore really does have a lot of AA anti-aircraft fire. I'm playing a little bit with my speed, so the enemy cruisers who are coming to support this guy aren't really a threat to me. Key is healing up, but not really going to work if you're going to give broadside to a Baltimore. Now here I'm almost going to get torped because I kind of forgot the key had torpedoes. It was the first time I've faced someone that close anyway. This St. Louis is going to be a really pain in the ass later on in the game, more than he is already being. The guy did play how a French cruiser should be played, and that's just kite, 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 and kite even more. It's not very interesting to watch though, so I might skip a big part of that, since it's just me chasing this guy for a while. I popped my radar because I wanted to know where the Minsk and Udloy were. Didn't really know if they were behind the island or not. Minsk panic smokes. But yeah, against Baltimore with radar in it. This St. Louis is again making the correct decision. Although he came quite close to me, he started to angle almost immediately. This is one of the only mistakes he really makes. Because he should broadside in between my reloads. Didn't really capitalize on it. Obviously still need to be cautious of St. Louis torpedoes. It is true that I might have been better off just shooting high explosive at the guy, but well, yeah. Because I was a bit too greedy after already getting 15 citadels. When this guy is going to run, I'm going to stop firing for a while. Just going to double speed this. Finally got my high caliber as well. My fire is getting a little bit too erratic, so I decided to just stop firing now. The guy is too far away for me to reliably hit him, and I'm just going to make use of my stealth and go and detect it. Immediately put out a fire so he doesn't spot me. Fire does raise your detection range quite a bit. There's no point in chasing a St. Louis because he's faster than me and he does better at kiting, so... Cody has been busy on the other side of the map cleaning up some destroyer, I think, or a battleship. Wasn't really paying attention to that side of the map. Still keeping an eye out for that St. Louis, because he might have turned back, but wasn't that lucky. I made sure to keep quite a bit of lead because St. Louis are really fast. He gets a bit lucky here that I only got one citadel on him. obviously starts making evasive maneuvers the moment I show my face. Told Cody to focus, or that to the lawyer right there. Lloyd did decide to smoke up. I'm already relatively close enough that I popped my radar already. Wargaming added the feature that you can see your radar range on the minimap, so I could look at where the Udloy was, and he was basically within my range, so I decided to shoot at him anyway. Now this decision might have gotten Cody killed, but I decided to be greedy and shoot the enemy CB instead of helping Cody fight the St. Louis. Couldn't really make out how yeah, because this Shokaku has the Halloween skin, so I thought this was actually part of the island instead of being the Shokaku himself, so I was quite confused at the time. But now I look back at it, it's quite clear that he's using the Halloween skin. He or she. Cody died to the St. Louis, but he kept him off my back for a while, which was thankful because that thing does a lot of damage. And with that, the Nagato finishes the game. So let's go to the end result screen. I did 185,000 damage, which is a very nice amount, especially after the pain that I called it New Orleans. Quite a lot of experience as well, but that's with premium account, so it's a bit false advertising, I suppose. Confederate, Kraken Unleashed, and a high caliber. If you're wondering why my icons look a bit different, that's because I'm using the official Wargaming mod pack, and it's like more bright icons, I think the thing is called. It should be quite easy enough for you to look up, I suppose. So the team list. Me and Cody got 9 out of 12 kills, which is incredibly nice, especially for cruisers instead of battleships. Technically we could have had 10 kills, but that Nagato kinda stole it from us. Although I did steal that Kiev, I think, earlier. Or one of those Russian destroyers. So I guess that's fair. Detailed report and credits and XP, not really that important, but you can always pause it if you want to look at them in more detail. Anyway, it's been quite a while since I made a video, so I hope you like this one, and I wish you all a very nice day. Bye.